Take his card if you have any questions on certain, yes, sir?
Got one question. If you got a TR-44, does it have the same bearing holders as the Ham M, but just
Yeah.
only puts half the balls in?
Yes.
In other words, if you've got a TR-44 or TR-45, just get some more balls in and that'll help
Yeah.
stabilize it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That'll help it.
Appreciate you coming down, sir, really do. Very informative. Okay, call to order, introductions. We're starting with the regular meeting now. We've already done the intros. Secretary's report.
The minutes were emailed out to everybody, and also video segments from the prior meeting were also put up on YouTube and the club Facebook page.
Very cool. Treasurer's report.
Statement of conditions is emailed out. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
Cool. OCAPA Net Report.
Wake up.
Cabinet, Thursday evening, 7:30 on 8/2. We're looking for a fourth net control station. If you're interested, let me know. We've got a complete script. You don't have to make it up as you go along.
Thank you. VE testing report. We had no exam candidates today. Thank you for all the VEs that showed up. Tech committee report.
Well, we have one repeater up, that's 8-2, and it's working pretty well. Dwayne and I plan tentatively to get out Monday to make sure everything's great for the marathon, because that's gonna be the primary frequency. Still waiting on the duplexer alignment for the Integris fusion repeater. Once we get that, we should be able to get that in and cooking. That's gonna be a really good UHF repeater. And then, now that spring has arrived, we start working more on Newcastle and get it ready to go. All the brackets are fabricated, the coax is there, we just need to put the ends on it and get it pulled up the tower, get it tied down, and then get a climber or somebody capable of getting up there and working to mount the antenna up there. The antenna is inside the building right now, needs to have some sealant applied to where the joints are for the various trombone sections, and it's ready to go up on the tower. Any
Okay.
questions?
Is the Integris repeater offline?
It is, because the duplexer is being aligned.
I was trying to get it in my Claremore, and I couldn't. I didn't know if it was me or,
Now, when you do, you'll be able to hit it for HT, it's good.
yeah,
It'll be
I
fine.
had in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, sir.
I have a question. Excuse me. What really is the holdup on 2-1?
Getting somebody to put the antenna up and getting the tower.
I thought you had someone that could climb.
I have people that say they will, but I haven't had anybody show up and commit.
They have to be bonded, right?
Huh?
They have to be bonded?
No, preferably climbing experienced equipment and, somebody capable. Not Billy Bob who got a climbing belt somewhere far away. There's a lot of liability associated with it. The nice thing about that tower is that you can climb the stairs all the way up to the first working platform. It's a ladder, and that makes it easier. It's not a lot of climbing up and down. But the tricky part's gonna be on the, attaching the coax brackets to keep the coax from flopping around going up and down the tower. That's gonna take somebody sitting probably in a rappelling bucket kind of thing to go up and down the tower and work that.
What's the possibility of using like a cherry picker or a boom lift?
It's, well, one thing is it's cost prohibitive, and when we found with one that would be the appropriate size, that, you have to have a special license to operate it, and, that put that out of the. And the other thing is, it's hard to get a spot where you could put the cherry picker. You can't get it inside the fence. Outside the fence is a farmer's field. We'd have to get his permission to work this. The last time we investigated it, do you remember the cost of that one?
No,
It was way expensive.
we dropped it right there because of cost.
Well, Well, and the training and license thing.
How tall is the tower?
It's about, 90 feet at the top.
Yeah, it's 88 feet from base to the top according to Google. So,
Can we get a whole bunch of balloons and tie it to your wife and then maybe?
No, I was thinking about using your drone, maybe pull it.
so if you,
I'm still asking questions. Can we hire someone, a professional?
We can, and it probably, and that depends on the other part of this discussion, as we talked about A2 a few minutes ago. And, getting the antenna inverted to give it better coverage and more omni-pattern. So maybe we can get a twofer deal out of the Boston. Wayne and I will have to go up and talk to them. Last time though, we had a bad experience with them. They billed us for an entire day for an hour and a half of work.
Oh, my.
Okay, is it a matter of money?
No, we have the money. We just need to, find the right mixture of talent and get it done.
when I went looking for tower climbers, back when we were looking at 2-1 originally, what I found out is they're all working on cell sites. They're all working on either the cell sites or the windmills, and they just didn't want to do a short trip to do a ham sim.
That's what we found too,
Yeah.
and not only that,
Okay.
there aren't many of them that are advertising big.
Yeah, there is one in Kansas, but he's expensive.
Well, the Wellston ones do good work, we just gotta make sure we don't get screwed over.
I do have access to those professional climbers. And they normally are working on cell tower. But on a weekend, they do an odd job. I don't know.
Well, email me the contact information.
Okay.
I'll make the call.
Yeah,
And
we
we
need to
wanna
get it
get a
done.
commitment for, what it'll cost, and,
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get it done. We've got enough money in the treasury to handle, a
Yeah.
decent amount.
Well-
To get a real person, it's just getting the person.
Let's get it done.
Yes, sir.
once the winds die down, it's,
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Well, now we don't have to worry about ice and rain because it's summer, essentially.
Exactly, yeah.
So maybe we'll be better. Yeah,
I like Coy's thought, but have we reached out to other clubs that maybe they have climbers or anything?
when the original conversations were going on with the tower owner, the guy that we're getting it from, for a really good deal, he's never cashed any of the checks we've sent him. Yeah, that's how good of a deal it is.
Well, that first one, the check's only $1.
Yeah, so, but even though it's a token, he said he would prefer a professional climber, okay, but he would allow us to do it with somebody who's experienced. So that's kind of been where we've been focused. But Coy, if you'll pass the information on, and
Yeah, okay,
we'll see what we can do.
yeah.
Well, it was my understanding that Scars had somebody that would be willing to come do it for free. And the last time I kind of asked, nobody'd ever called and asked them, set up a date. Let's go do
Well,
this.
you know what else? Nobody's ever given us a name.
Yeah.
There's a
So
lot of
I'll
people in
make
the
sure you
phone
get a
book.
name.
Yes, if you can take care of that, that would be great too. And then we'll have two contacts we can,
Well, it's another one too. We have another one with the FAA club,
okay?
who did some work before for us down on A2 at Blacks a couple of years back.
Yeah, and like you said, see if you can get them for a multi-tower commitment, get it all done. Any other comments on towers and stuff like that? Not trying to shut everybody down. Okay.
Anybody not on the roster?
Yeah, Terry's passing around the sign-in sheet.
Looks like
Yes, sir.
Got one injection. Rogers County Wireless up at Claremore used the tower climbing people to put their new antenna up last summer. It took them a while to get the tower climbers in there because they was working on their cell sites, but you might check with Roger County Wireless and see what climbers they used. But they had 2 or 3 climbers climbed up there and put their new antenna and coaxes and stuff up.
Cool. So there you got 3 in one day. 3 potentials. Okay,